increased fraud protection, causing shipping delays, and all that jazz. I'm Sandy.
And I'm John.
And this is the Smart Doll News.
Totally took my joke.
Well, I didn't even know I took your joke. This is how much I pay attention.
Yeah, I know.
I almost sang it, and then I said, nah, I'll
it's
just
kind of
say
obvious.
it.
So, hello everyone. Welcome people who are in the chat room, and especially the people who are in the chat room for the first time ever. Thank you for showing up.
Yeah, that's awesome.
We have a couple of things we want to get to before we get into the news. A couple of teasers. You want to tell everyone about Saturday's video?
Oh, yeah. So for Saturday's video, we are back in my sewing room for the first time in many months.
Almost for the first time since we've done the Smart Doll videos a year ago.
Yeah, I think the last time since we started Smart Doll, it was when I did the mystery box collab.
Well, with Kat the first time. Yeah.
So we're back in the sewing room with a really fun, super quick, anybody can do it tutorial on converting a Target clearance item to a Smart Doll dress.
So check that out. Be sure to be on the lookout for that. It should land on Saturday at noon Eastern. I also did want to bring to your attention something that just finally arrived in the mail. I think I technically purchased this back in like October, and it took a while to get here. But we got our first Japan Crate box. This is the snack box subscription from Japan. So all sorts of goodies.
Please no bugs. Please no crickets. I can't even look at those packages that Danny puts out.
I doubt there's crickets in here, but it is the premium box. I want to say there's probably like a drink, so there may be some. I remember back in the day, back in the 90s, going to like Asian markets and drinking like crazy amounts of ramune soda, which is quite good but very sugary.
Is it a heavy box? It's not too heavy.
So we've got this coming up. Now we're teasing this now. Unfortunately for you, while we may film this like this week, you probably won't see it till January, just because there's a bunch of other stuff that's very holiday oriented that we're gonna have to get out first.
Right.
Speaking of which, this box. This box is from what, Sandy?
It is from the Secret Santa swap on Smart Doll Appreciation Society on Facebook.
Yeah, so if you haven't joined one of the Facebook groups for Smart Doll, you really should. We highly recommend the Smart Doll Appreciation Society. There tends to be very little to no drama. Like it's all pretty well kept, just clean and focused. And they did a swap this year. So we'll be opening this at the end of the news tonight. So stay tuned for that. We're going to go through the stories and see what we got, see what's new, and then come back and see what goodies are in this box. So let's head over to the news. And I'm on the wrong page. All right.
Okay, so we've got new releases for the past week.
Now, new releases is a little bit odd. This is the new releases page under the secret stuff section. And this, even though these are all new releases, it still only shows what's currently available. So if it sells out, like a lot of the new dolls sometimes do, you won't see them on this page after they've sold out. So the only things that are actually here right now are the new black nubuck tripwire boots.
Yep.
And the rib knit sweater in ash blue. We talked about both of these last week, I think.
Yeah, we did. We couldn't, is it blue, is it gray? Is it blue, is it gray? Well, it's ash blue. It's both. I kind of like it. I think it's really pretty. We did not order that, though.
No, We did order something last week, which we'll get to, and perhaps you've already seen our video that we live streamed last night. But we only added one tiny little thing just to get free shipping. And these are still available, so if there's something else coming down the pipeline, perhaps we'll add it in.
And then, of course, a good pair of black boots is like, well, it's always good.
I mean, I cannot have enough of the Culture Japan shoes and boots
because of the balance on the feet. Like,
so stable.
They just stand up. It's really great. But you're not a real big fan of the tripwires. However, you did say you want to make one of those bangle necklaces.
Yeah, and you can always rewire this with different lacing.
Yeah.
And do whatever you want. Now, one of the best ways to kind of look through the historical view of the releases is the Smart Doll Land Twitter account. So the biggest thing, of course, this past week was Blue Chitose. I think that was like a random comment on Twitter that sparked this.
Yeah, well, he said, "Who do you want to see in blue?" And
somebody, and I can never remember their name, and I hate it. But somebody on Twitter like did a mock-up of Chitose in blue,
and he said, "Okay."
Yeah, it took him a little bit. It's been I don't know, a month or two maybe. But she finally came out. We actually unboxed her last night. Here she is. So she looks so good. We had a lot of fun unboxing her last night.
John snatched the teddy bear out of May's hands and gave it to Chroma.
We were going, I was going to tell them to go watch the video to get the name, but okay. Yes, I did. I stole the teddy bear while... I was going to say, I stole the teddy while you were taking a pee-pee! So we have Luma here in a Butterwork dress. Is that right?
Butterwork Studios?
Yep. Looks fantastic. I decided last night on the aesthetic that Chroma here has to have, and that is Space Lolita. Like, I want like futuristic sci-fi fabrics in Lolita patterns.
Lolita styles.
Yeah.
And then she's wearing ribbon. This is a Volks wig. She's wearing Ribbon's wig because we just really didn't like it for May. So, but it looks terrific on her.
Yeah.
We did a massive wig try-on. If you want to see what all different colors of wigs look like on Interstellar Blue Chitose, we did it for you.
Yep. Yeah, there's a lot of them. So if you haven't watched the video, check it out. It was a weird night. We wanted to go live on Saturday on our regular release day, but the delivery gods did not end up seeing in our favor, unfortunately. But so all the support you can give us would be great to make sure that video gets out there and seen. So yeah, this is Chroma. Go check out the video. What else we got?
What else have we got?
Restock.
We had a big restock. Envisage, Chitose Multiverse in Cinnamon and Tea, Prowess in Cocoa and Cinnamon, Challenge, Freedom, Moment, and Felicity.
So that's a lot of great, classic dolls available. And this just goes to show you once again that even though he is putting all this energy into blue dolls, like, he's trying to basically drain us of our enthusiasm for blue dolls. He is still committed to all of the regular dolls and is going through batches of them. We
should point out that we actually made note of it. Interstellar Blue Chitose, in her first pass, lasted 20 minutes.
Yeah, and we don't know if that's a slowdown in interest. I can't imagine it is. I think that's preparation.
I think it was preparation. I think he made more of her knowing people were going to want her.
Yep.
Whereas the other Blue Girls have had multiple releases at this point, and probably he only is doing very small batches of them.
Yeah. We also had a Chaos drop, yesterday, and that was gone almost immediately.
Yeah, I didn't. It was like 2:00 in the morning for us.
Yeah, and it was gone pretty fast because I woke up. We have an alert. Alexa wakes me up when there's a drop.
Did she wake you?
Oh yeah,
I didn't wake up.
I woke up because I woke up at the trail end. It eventually reads like the entire URL out, so it takes like 5 minutes.
Listening to her read URLs is rather interesting.
And it's very confusing waking up to it, and then you're like, oh, okay, that's what's happening. And then I got on my phone and looked on it, and I was like, okay, there's nothing. I don't see anything. Yeah, there was some hands, and it was mostly blue in those hand packs of Chaos hands. So a good option to get some of the hands you might be missing. Barry Wings commented that my shirt is really funny, and I do have to remind you, this is one of our custom t-shirts that you can get in myladydisdain.com, so go check it out. We have anything else? That was it for the big releases.
Mm-hmm.
Now we have his Instagram stories, and we'll get to the sort of split that has happened this week and sort of where this content is. But these are the posts that Danny puts essentially on Twitter and Instagram.
Right.
Okay, what is happening?
This is okay. I both absolutely love this skull head and then not sure what the heck I would do with it.
I know. It's like, it is so weird. And you kind of want to get it just for its weirdness.
I mean, Jinx could use it.
So yeah, these are actually a few items. He points out here that this is the Dokuro helmet, and Dokuro is Japanese for skull. And so he says this was made for another project. What were you doing, Danny? What were you working on that required you to 3D print this weird black skull?
He-Man, maybe?
Oh, okay. Like that's like the opening to Castle Grayskull or something like that. Yeah, maybe. That's a really good guess. What do you guys think in chat? We also, and we weren't sure about this at first, but what's the other item here?
I forgot what we were talking about.
The coat.
Oh yeah, the coat. It's like that is gotta be the he was looking at the
Oh, those fabric swatches.
Yeah, the fabric swatches, the Cordura nylon. That's what that looks like this is.
Yep, so it's black. It is essentially an outerwear version, not an outerwear, but, like a more all-weather shell type of thing.
Of that hoodie with the drawstrings.
Yep.
Yeah.
Really, really like that. It's more raincoat material. I don't know if it's actually like waterproof material, but it's got that sort of feel and look with that little bit of sheen to it.
I like it. It's slick.
Yeah, it's very cool. Love the snaps. I like that the zipper is a regular zipper. It doesn't go all like this is a regular hoodie, versus the one that like it zips all the way up to the top of the back of the hoodie.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely gonna have to get this jacket. I hope he comes out with other colors. No idea when this is coming down the pipe, but.
And then the boots,
which came out this week.
Those are actually those are the
This is the Black Nubuck.
The boots are made of vinyl.
Oh, the vinyl boots. That's right.
Because people have been asking for footwear that's not animal hide.
Right. So as a cruelty-free option, they're vinyl. There's of course going to be disadvantages to that. Typically with the vinyl shoes, like he ends up basically just having to have it split in the back.
Mm-hmm.
And you can kind of, let's see if we can, yeah, you can see the split there. Now with the tripwire wrapping around it and stuff, it's not as big of a deal.
Right, because you can actually kind of close it up, which is pretty cool. I'm assuming that these will be a bit cheaper because they're not animal hide. Maybe.
I'm gonna guess no.
Okay.
I mean, just like the effort's different, but it may be the same amount of effort, versus cost of materials.
Well, if they're molded rather than stitched,
it should be easier to make. Yes. Yeah. I don't know if that will make it into the cost though. So, Now, as Sandy and I have both said at this point, or mentioned in a joke, we have a code name for the mystery girl we talked about last week. This is Jazz.
Which I love. I love that her name is Jazz, and I know it's just her code name.
Well, okay, it's just her code name, why do you think he called her Jazz?
I don't know.
There's always kind of a reason, I feel like, but...
I mean, you know, like, maybe she is connected to Melody and Symphony or something, you know? But that's the only one I can think of. Or Harmony.
Well, right. That's like, is the code name some sort of hint and connection to, like, that she's based on somebody? Now, we sort of came to the conclusion that it could be, who were we thinking last time?
Resolute.
Resolute is what we ended up coming to, right? Because the face-up looks remarkably similar. And we were looking specifically for anime girls in T, because he has stated that she was made specifically for this T skin tone.
Right.
But
then he did come and do a whole explanation of some sculpts just look better in T, or some face-ups just look better in T.
Yeah, but he had such purpose behind it, which seems strange. It's one thing to have a face-up look best in a particular skin tone, and it's another thing to say, we're going to make a T skin tone face-up.
Yeah.
But the reason I think he's named her Jazz is because of the jazz hands.
And all that jazz.
Yeah, that's I think that's it. And, you know, that sort of soft, like, almost, like, rounded, she's got, like, she could pull off Flapper Girl really well, I think.
Yeah, she could.
Um,
little headband, little glitzy headband with a feather, that kind of thing.
Yeah, now, let's talk the big story of the week. This was only on his Twitter account. This is specifically the Smart Doll Land Twitter account. Online theft. This is basically, we're in kind of a perfect storm right now of holidays, and shipping is generally going to be slower in the holidays. We also are still in a pandemic, a worldwide pandemic, and that is more so messing with typical supply chains, things that come over on giant boats and stuff like that are stuck in harbors. So that generally, I don't think it has been affecting Smart Doll shipping quite as much. But it is
ultimately
it
affects everything, regardless of whether the things are actually coming on a boat or not.
Right, and just in terms of like the amount of hours, I mean, it's affected how fast they make dolls, how many hours that they're working in Culture Japan, and it's affecting, of course, like shipping times and stuff. But now we've got something on top of that, which is an increased level of fraud. Which is unfortunate. Do you want to talk us through the deal with fraud and like chargebacks and what we know, what we think we know at least that's been happening from what Danny said in the past?
So from what we've gathered about what's been happening over all these stories every time it comes up is that people are making purchases, usually often through PayPal, but often just on their credit cards or whatever, claiming they didn't get what they thought they were going to get, like something that wasn't stated correctly,
right? And
just turning around and doing a chargeback, which is basically telling PayPal that they didn't get what they should have gotten, so they don't have to pay the money.
Yeah, I mean, benefit of the doubt, you know, they didn't read, they didn't notice or whatever, and they didn't understand what they were buying, which is why Danny constantly harps on like over explaining things. We get more and more checklists that we have to go through.
And there's always a lot of like people that kind of get grumpy over the fact that Danny, like, you know, they're like, Danny, do you really have to explain this? Well, evidently, yes, he does.
And the fraud, actually, the detection happens a couple of ways. They have their own sort of list. They have their list of banned buyers. They also have automatic fraud detection that happens in Shopify. So this is a feature of Shopify. They are looking for elements that imply that this could be fraud. For instance, this particular order has similar characteristics to previous fraudulent orders. The CVV code for the credit card wasn't given. So there's a lot of things that, can lead to this. He has officially announced that he ramped up the threshold for those automated fraud detection alerts, which will cancel orders automatically as a safety measure.
So this is related to the stolen credit cards and things more than to what I was talking about with the chargebacks.
Yeah, there's multiple levels and things. So you have chargebacks, which is probably more of his ban list. Then you have the credit card fraud, which technically chargebacks is considered credit card fraud.
Right.
But depending on, I'm not sure if he's able to actually submit his list to Shopify as well so that they can recognize those orders and build it into this. What this means to you is that you may get your order canceled. And this is every time we've ever seen somebody, start, freaking out on Facebook usually, about the fact that they were banned, saying I was banned for no reason. My first question is, well, A, how do you know you were banned? And it's usually because my order got canceled.
And sometimes there's other reasons for your order getting canceled.
And it doesn't mean it's anything to do with you. So, if you don't believe you have any reason to have been banned, i.e. you haven't committed fraud, or you haven't done things like, the one that we do know of is essentially enabling fraud by allowing somebody who is banned, to order through you. If you have no reason to believe that you were banned, just send them an email and say, hey, this happened. I just wanted to
find out,
see what's going on. Is there something I need to do? Just, assume, I'll go back to my days working retail. Assume positive intent.
Right.
It's there to protect you. It's unfortunate. It's a little inconvenient, but,
yeah. We don't want to dwell on reasons for banning, but we just wanted to say that based on what Danny's been telling us lately in these posts, there are reasons that you need to investigate and find out about.
Yeah. So, shall we move on?
Yes.
Now, this next sort of change that we're going to talk about here was actually announced on his Instagram stories. This is, I think, both a good thing for us personally and a little bit of a bad thing, which we'll see. Danny has altered the way he puts out stuff. Now, previously, he would post big news as actual posts on Instagram, Twitter, etc. And then he would post on Instagram stories, which are, they're time limited, right? Mm-hmm. They disappear unless he typically saves them into little categories and stuff. You
right.
Kind of
and sometimes through. We have a hard time going through and finding them.
Because you got to go in reverse chronological order. It's bad.
So I want to think that Danny did this for us.
So what he has done for us is actually make a page. It's now called Timeline. I think he called it Stories at first, but the news is divided into Instagram updates and Timeline, the latest updates. These are just pictures, just like he did on Stories. He does them in higher resolution because it's not on Instagram, and he does them in landscape, which generally is a better for the things that he's taking pictures of.
Better tours of the studio.
So, so you're going to get everything here. I do want to point out, I think it was it Katie in the Discord server was, wondering okay, how many blue chi actually went out? And I suggested, hey, maybe we look at some of the pictures of when they do the big shipments. You'll see a bunch of stuff piled up, which we can see here. Mm-hmm. And between these pictures, we can actually see that there's 49 boxes.
Okay.
Ready to go out. Now, there could be more, but that is a big pile waiting for shipment, and I can only imagine that this is post a release,
Like Blue Chi, for example.
So if we were to take a guess at stock levels for Blue Chitose, 40-ish, 45, something
Yeah,
like
I mean,
that.
because those may not all be one. That may not all be the Blue Chitose release.
Yeah.
Those may be other dolls in there.
Yeah. But my guess would be, unless there's a gigantic pile elsewhere, but they don't have an enormous amount of room. They're using all the aspects of their
Again,
building.
rampant speculation.
Completely. So we're going to take a look at some of the cool things. Actually, before we do that, we should take a quick second to say, well...
That needs a tune. Shameless self-promotion.
It has... Well, there's music. There is music. It doesn't have lyrics, but there's music, and I timed like the edit of the title to it. Anyway, so we just we always want to take a second and see how you're doing, check in. Are you enjoying the Smart Doll news? Is this useful and educational maybe? If you're getting anything out of this, do us a favor and hit the like button on the video. It really helps make sure that this video gets seen by the YouTube algorithm and gets spread out to more people.
And it tells us we're doing our job.
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, the Smart Doll news is doing great. We love it. It's having a lot of fun. But I'd love to see, it be seen by as many people as like our weekend videos.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's not necessarily for everybody, but if you love it, let everybody know. So we've got a new cardigan.
Yep, it's that linen. Looks like it's that linen yarn that he was talking about. We have one in orange that we got in Chaos. It's great. It's the nice thing about those yarns is they look thick and they're not. So they work scale wise very nicely.
Let's see what direction this is going. Okay, that's going backwards. Okay, this is obviously Naruto's foot. And I think we've seen the glimpses of this in the past. It's interesting to me that there's sort of a green.
Yeah, I was gonna comment on that.
Tread.
Only in the toe though. It's not in the heel.
Right. Yeah, it's really interesting. I wonder like exactly how.
Maybe that needs to be popped out or something. Maybe that's.
I don't know. I don't necessarily think so. But yeah, so it looks like we know Naruto is a license that he has been working on for quite a long while. Mm-hmm. And we're really seeing some progress here on the foot, which is a fully custom molded foot with the sandal included.
Yeah, you can see if you look, you see the straps of the sandal going up around and the fabric wrap.
Right. These are the pants that he's wearing basically. Yeah. And everything. So I love that because it's allowing him to get real attention to detail. And although it is a vinyl, a hard vinyl foot,
it's gonna be it's aiming more than at the figures crowd.
Yeah. Yep. A bunch of underwear. Batgirl getting a tease again.
I love the color of that suit.
We're getting to see some various. Well, this is basically them prepping the Bat logo for stitching. They're using the awls to pound in the little holes that they're going to stitch through, and then they put it on there, and it looks essentially like they just hand stitched the.
They're hand stitching it on there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which again, like these costumes, they're ridiculous. The work that they put in on some of these things. New shorts, cool.
Black shorts. Looks like maybe like
another peek at his Mandalorian
armor that he's making. Yep.
Although this might be. No, it's probably still the Mandalorian. I don't think he's moved into like making like a Boba Fett version. New yukatas.
Such pretty prints.
I love the bottom
colorways.
One. I love that they coordinate really well.
Yeah. You could probably even layer them.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, because I mean, you'd often have one. Well, not for a yukata, but for
Right.
making it more kimono-like.
Right. If you wanted to just play with it, you could probably layer them.
Here again, we have Jazz and the different face masks side by side. If we needed more confirmation here, I believe this is Pocket Doll, largely because of the new way that that these masters essentially are being printed. Pretty sure these are masters, unless they're gray dolls. Now it's getting hard to tell. But I'm pretty sure that these are probably the masters for the Pocket Doll. And we can tell that especially, it's hard to tell scale specifically, but look at the skull cap. It's very different. And it's taking up much more surface area of the whole head.
It is on grid.
Sure.
So, I mean, if you could figure out the...
it's like 6 centimeters diameter, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
No, that can't be right. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
I would assume that these are centimeters.
So if it's 6, then a smart doll head is where a smart doll wears an 8-9 inch wig.
Right. Well, that's diameter. Or that's circumference. Anyway, we can also see here that same skull, that same sculpt in the background, and can see exactly how that fits. So definitely different than the normal smart doll.
Mm-hmm. And we should point out, someone in our Discord actually emailed Danny.
Yep. I think it was
Laura.
Was it Laura?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was in the chat. So give us a shout out if you're still in there. They emailed Danny and asked about the anime girls.
If there were gonna be anime Pocket Dolls, and he said, yes, Mirai and possibly Fortitude are in the work, in plans.
The standard, most popular dolls. Mirai, just as a default, because it's Mirai, and she is Culture Japan,
mm-hmm.
and Fortitude because I'm pretty sure she is the single most popular doll he has.
Yeah, and he loves her.
Yep. More Lego, skipping through this stuff. Now, this gets into a series where we actually see a bunch of a particular type of apparel, in buckets, ready to be pulled, basically.
Right.
This is their organizational structure. This tells me this is very close to going live on the site.
And a bunch of people got this recently.
They got what?
That is the Hakama.
Yeah.
And a bunch of people got it recently. I believe, and I meant to tell you this, I believe I saw someone say that it was because the Instagram photos thing. They were picked.
So yeah, some people getting this early, which is really cool. Hopefully this will be out before too long. My guess, considering with the fraud stuff and things maybe slowing down before they go on vacation at the beginning of the year and everything, I'm guessing probably after that maybe, but we'll see. I hope as soon as possible. I would do if he dropped this and a couple other things, I would do an apparel order, done. So here we have, now my Zoom is working.
Is that the mask?
No, this is the black Solar Marine uniform.
Yeah,
the black and with the red accent. So that is looking good, ready to go. Cannot wait to see that. And then this is the red version of the school. Well,
the school uniform.
Is it the school uniform or was the post-apocalyptic schoolgirl uniform the post-apocalyptic version of this?
Yeah, I believe it. I think so.
Or is
this the wine version of the post-apocalyptic uniform? I don't know, but they did. Anomaly Human was shown in this.
Oh, right,
and she's been shown in it several times.
Yep.
And I don't think we've ever had it. But even if we have, regardless, there it is again. And
Yeah, getting ready to go. So, and when he's putting these things on here, showing them clearly like this, he is telling us, like, get ready.
Yeah.
That still doesn't mean anything, unfortunately, because, I'll use not to quote a horrible company these days, but the classic Blizzard, Activision line is soon trademark.
Mm-hmm.
Danny does that a lot. Like, he never likes to make too many promises, but just vague, like, this is happening next-ish.
Yeah. And I gotta say, I mean, I love the whole uniform, but man, I want that jacket. That wine-colored fitted blazer is a good piece.
Yeah, and it's how many buttons is it? It's a 2-button blazer.
Yeah.
Yeah, very nice.
Yeah. I mean,
and I love the flare out that it does. You get the 2 buttons and then it flares out right there.
The post-apocalyptic one is nice, but that wine color is just so usable. I mean, those sets are expensive when he puts them out, but if you think about the fact that you can separate the pieces.
So I mean, you're getting a great shirt, a skirt, and a jacket. Like, it's well worth it. Some food, some more Tokyo. Let's actually back out of here for a second and take a quick scan. I had to peek in here, and I'm like, what are these waiting for? And they're not like one doll. It's a whole bunch of different dolls. They may be orders that are getting lined up. So this does show you a variety of things. We start with strength and T, freedom, Chitose multiverse in T, moment, and then it gets really blurry. You can see the teeth. Excuse me. There with the little sticker. But nothing too specific. Then, of course, where was it? I think it's coming up. We've got actual pictures of a gray doll. Mm-hmm. And this is a full size. We can tell by the shape of the skull and where the skull cap is. It's not like that half cut that we were seeing before. So this is coming along. How do you feel about the color, seeing it on the vinyl?
I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't have an opinion on it yet from this shot.
Kind of got to see a face up. I think that's going to really determine what it is. It's on the dark side. It's not as dark as Coco, but it's down there. So it'll be interesting to see. It's going to need a lot of good, like, white highlighting and things. Yeah, so, I mean, this, not really too much else other than his Legos here. There was one Lego picture that I wanted to call out, oh, yeah. I was very confused by this picture because it looks like he's making Voltron. Because you got the red lion, the yellow lion, the blue lion. I mean, a lot of times this happens with the separation of bags in here, but and they use colors. Lego hides, basically it uses alternate colors, so you can easily tell the difference between similar pieces in the same bag.
Right.
So if you have like a 6 stud long brick and an 8 stud long brick, and they're both internal and they're never going to get seen. Uh-huh. One would be red and one might be blue.
I didn't even know that about these because you don't buy the Star Wars ones really. Like,
well, you'll see these on any of the more mechanical builds and stuff like that. If you see the inside of like the Nintendo and like the TV and stuff,
those are all mixed up like that.
Yeah, well, they hide a lot of colors because why waste the color that you need for the outside, which you need a lot of, on the stuff that's never going to get seen. So they will use colors that are less used, less bought, whatever.
Right.
And again, it also does help. It's a whole strategy that they have for being able to tell the difference between what you need to use. So what do you think of the new timeline page?
I like it. I think it's, it's like it's easier for us for one thing, like to find everything. Yeah. But I love that we can get these much bigger shots of everything, and he can put these, we can see more of what he actually wants to take pictures of.
Now, the one disadvantage, and something that I haven't quite figured out a way around yet, is notifications. If you want to stay up to date on this, and you want to find that picture as soon, you want to be notified of that picture as soon as it happens, there's not that many great ways to do it. I could set up a service to monitor this page and give me alerts when something is added, but I'm not sure that it would include like the picture.
Right.
And
just that page was changed.
Right. So,
which is probably good enough if you're able to go and check.
Yeah, quite honestly, I'd rather just see it and look at the picture versus having to go check it and find what's new.
Right.
So I will probably just check it every, once a day or so, because the stuff that's in here usually isn't like breaking news. If it's that important, it's gonna be in a post.
No, he's really just blogging what's going on.
Yeah.
With these photos.
So that is it for the news tonight. We hope you've enjoyed this perusal of this, and we hope you're understanding with the shipping times this season, and that if you do have anything that you're giving as a gift, that you've got your order in, and you're ready to go.
Because in general, Culture Japan is really good with shipping.
They are, they say 15 days. Well, essentially, it's not what he says, but processing time is up to 15 days to ship. Basically, that's the grace period that he asks for on the website to say that it could take us this long to get it out the door. And then you have to deal with shipping after that. So if you have, if you just ordered something and it hasn't gone out yet or whatever, give it a little bit of time, maybe drop an email. But if you start going crazy and sending like 5 emails at once, I don't think they're going to appreciate that. So, that's the end of the news, but not the end of the live stream.
We have a box to open.
Yeah. So, this is a lovely little box. I cannot wait to see what's inside of here. I took all this stuff. I did find it interesting. I'm like, this was done postal. They covered up some barcodes with some stamps. So I was like,
it's actually a really good idea, though.
I was like, I hope they needed the stamps, though. I hope the stamps were a requirement. They didn't just spend stamps to cover that up.
They're on everything. They use stamps to cover everything.
Yeah, I don't know if that was. I wonder if that's necessary. They usually don't scan those barcodes. Those are. These are like barcodes for like Amazon fulfillment and stuff.
Anyways, that was really cute.
Yeah, I love it.
Because I normally just take a Sharpie and color through all of that stuff.
Yeah, it has like, you got a little silver, and they're nice stamps. A nice little season's greeting 2010. So maybe they're well, I mean, they're always worth cash, but
I went to our post office the other day and she said, "Do you want any non-holiday stamps today?" And I went, "Are you telling me you're out of holiday stamps?" And she said, "Yes, we don't have any."
Oh. All right. Chat, are you ready for this? How did this work? How did the Secret Santa swap work?
There is a person in the group that sets it up every year, and you send your name and information about your dolls and your kind of wish list.
Yeah.
And it was international, and she pairs everybody up, and we knew about it for a couple of months, and boxes have started being opened.
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking about holding off on this, but with the other content, like not this week, but the Saturday after next, we've got a collab gift swap craft thing with a couple other channels. So I wanted to make sure that we were able to share this with everybody before it got too late. Always a good thing
to get the Chitose bag.
Yep. I really need a t-shirt with Chitose, or what did I tell you? I wanted I want to get, I mean, I don't have the original Chitose, but I was thinking of doing like Silverwig and trying to do her hair up like this, and then just putting like full-size Mirai in her lap and take a picture.
Okay, so there's a card in here And it says, oh, it's bagged in with some stuff, but it says, please open first.
All right, well, let's...
And by the way, just so that you know, we did check with this person, and she was totally fine with us opening it for you guys. It's a red panda. It's a red panda card. Okay, I'm going to lift this up and read it and make sure. Okay, so she gave us warning that she has cats, but she used a lint roller before she packed everything up. No smoke. And she hopes we like our gifts. And it says, hello, may the spirit of Christmas keep you warm all year through. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and Happy New Year.
Oh, very cute. Love that card.
And there's some really cute little Star Wars things in here.
Oh, lots of... They got a little...
Like...
That's what, Stitch, right?
Oh, yeah, they're Stitch. Yep. And then we have a little Star Wars. This is like off of the comic book or the action figure boxes.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I mean, it looks like a sticker. I mean, it's like Captain Phasma and a couple of the the newer Star Wars guys.
And of course,
Grogu and the Mandalorian.
Grogu, a little Happy New Year Grogu, and a Star Wars with all of the main characters.
Very nice.
So we will open this package first, just in case.
The funny thing enough, I like the Stitch the best. No, it's gonna. Oh, there it starts to. I mean, it's.
Okay, so. Oh, by the way, so in explanation of the card, part of it was that it could be things that were, they're used as long as they're in excellent condition, but all oriented towards Smart Doll. It can be handmade, it could be Culture Japan things, whatever you wanted to have it be.
You gotta share the openings. Oh, wrapping within wrapping. Sandy's favorite.
I love wrapping.
Her tradition, and this boggled my mind when I first learned of it, her tradition in her family was that even gifts inside stockings get wrapped, and I was like, you gotta be kidding me. So much work. All the little I hate wrapping things as it is. Now I gotta wrap every tiny little thing.
And John's family is exactly the opposite. Like, they just dump candy and money and stuff in the stocking.
Well, make it sound like we're like Yakuza or something. My parents would dump just their loose change in there.
Yeah.
Which is, I think a dangerous thing to give socks full of pennies to your children.
Whack!
All
Okay,
right, what is happening?
Some anime action going on here.
Yep, so many characters on this. Oh, it's a big
there
Totoro.
It is.
Okay, so it's a Miyazaki shirt. With lots of different Hayao Miyazaki and Studio Ghibli.
That's really cute.
Fantastic.
And then to go with it...
And it is mostly, we might have to watch out for this as far as staining goes, perhaps, but it is mostly white on the backside, which is nice.
Mm-hmm. And then a cute pair of pull-on denim pants. These look like they would fit Q.
Yeah, I would say we should try that first, yeah. Maybe this is an outfit for Q. That is great.
Yeah, those
nice
are good
deep
pants.
Pockets.
Yep.
That's like an entire finger.
Stuff for Q is always good. That'll fit Q is always good. We have one small box of stuff that I wrote works for boys on it.
Yeah. I gotta say, being our first holiday in the doll collector community, it's like It's just Christmas all month long. This is fantastic.
Yeah, this is really cool. And I think, you know, like the doll community in general just likes to give gifts, and we love little things. And
Yep.
oh, this looks like it's speaking to me here. Look at that cozy shirt.
Oh, that is nice. Nice chunky collar.
This is, I think, a motivation pattern. I'm pretty sure this is something that came out fairly recently.
Very cool.
And these cute little leggings. That all goes together beautifully.
Yeah, it really does.
I actually really love these leggings. The print is awesome. It's like a really good scale for them.
No, that's it. It is not. I'm really picky about the scale of patterns, and this is perfect.
Yep, those are adorable. Oh, I love it. They're actually stitched with gold thread at the waistline, so they got a little. They're a holiday outfit, sort of reflecting the gold in the.
Oh, you can wear gold anytime.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I'm just saying because it's the holidays, it makes a nice holiday outfit. Do you want to do the second bag?
Sure.
Should we look and see if we have any questions or comments or anything?
We're getting, one core Canadian says, no, I guess I don't have that on this. I can't pull up the thing. So one core Canadian says, when doll pants have bigger pockets than actual women's clothes.
This is true.
Which is funny if you're actually considering, like, an actual size, that these are bigger than some of your pockets. Like, when all you get is that little, like, I can stick 2 fingers in this pocket.
Right. It'll hold a chapstick. Barely.
Right.
One AirPod.
Yep. Other comments like super cute leggings, loving the sweater. The sweater is absolutely fantastic.
You might want to get that blade out of there.
Is it uncomfortably close to you?
If it's within 10 miles of me?
If you could possibly use it. Now we get, like, you know, psychiatrists analyzing the way that we open gifts. Oh, which I forget. It doesn't matter because it's wrapped again on the inside.
Yeah, but I reuse paper. Good for the environment.
No, I know. I tend to open... I tend to like to... I try not to get the peak on the one side, like, as you're opening stuff.
Right.
I try to open it without seeing it until the last second. Like some lightweight, sort of jammy kind of stuff. Oh, that's fuzzy. We'll come back to that.
Cute wrap dress. Oh,
that's lovely.
That has vignette written all over it.
Yeah, maybe.
That is like your classic wrap dress.
Could also Raycon could actually possibly pull this off.
Yeah.
Although it's a little, well, no, it's probably about the right amount of drab. And,
that's cute. Yeah, probably. That's getting put on somebody right away. Here, give me the teddy.
No!
That is very cute.
And her wig is like gotten shoved down so far that like her hair, like her eyes are completely covered, which is just funny. Very nice.
Very cute. And one more package.
Something fuzzy. Something a little lacy.
And pink.
And plaid. So, like a tube top.
Yep.
A couple of tube tops.
Yep.
Either that or nobody has thighs that big, right? it's Smart Doll plus garter belts.
Yeah. Some little flannel pajama shorts. Oh, and so cute.
And another fuzzy hoodie, but this time not a vest, a full sleeve. That is lovely.
That is very cute.
Gotta love, I mean, and the hoods are sized like perfectly for the girls. You know, just oversized enough.
Yep. Love it. This was fun.
This is great.
Gonna have to.
Yeah, who's gonna
model that?
That and the.
Well, I changed a couple people.
Oh, I see. We got a
today.
white one and a pink one.
So we need to maybe Kara needs to put something different on.
So, I mean, this is a pretty fantastic haul. I mean, so much like fuzzy things. We've got 3 wonderfully cuddly fuzzy things. A great wrap dress.
Mm-hmm.
And these pants with this great pattern.
I love those. I love that pattern.
The leggings. And what we think are probably boy pants, but maybe not. We'll see.
They might not be, but they look like they would work for him.
And then, of course, the Hayao Miyazaki t-shirt, which is absolutely my favorite. That is great. So, thank you so much. I really hope we get a chance to do the Secret Santa swap every year because it's so much fun.
It is really fun. And I mean, I actually set up a second one, so we've got our YouTube one coming up too.
Yep. So definitely stay tuned for that. Again, this Saturday we have the tutorial on changing clearance children's apparel into Smart Doll dresses, and the following Saturday we have an unboxing of the holiday gift swap between 4 different YouTube channels.
Yes.
So that is it for us. We've got a lot of trying things on to do.
Yeah. This is fun. It's like Christmas all month.
Yeah. So be sure to, if you want to get more involved with the My Lady Disdain community, which is growing every single day, check out, of course, our Discord server. Lots happening on there. It's just getting better and better every time I look. So many great conversations. Just visit myladiedisdain.com/discord.
If you are new to Smart Doll and you want to get into the social media part of it, our Discord's a great place to start. We have a lot of really nice, helpful people in there who will steer you in the right direction, the right groups, etc.
Yeah, I really do. I mean, the Facebook groups are fantastic and they're really useful. But sometimes there's enough people that it feels like a little bit like you're shouting into the dark a little bit. And I like the close-knit community that's developing in Discord. And don't be afraid of it if you've never used it. It's, for the most part, it's just another chat program. And it's just not like posts like Facebook. It's just live, chat, and there's different channels for different topics. So,
and everybody's very friendly and very patient, and we have wonderful moderators that are just really good people. And yeah, come join us.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I think that's going to do it for us. We'll put a link up for another video for you to watch if you want to keep watching. And in the meantime, have a happy holiday.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.